Hey folks, it's Owen again for another two. The topic today is process compliance versus mission compliance. And I don't know if there's a lot of research done on that or formal writings or any of that, and I apologize, I'm not a student of that stuff. It's just something I've seen a lot in the last 2 weeks, and it reminds me of how much I see it that I thought I'd post about it, with the idea that I'd be interested if you see this happening at your place of business, right, serving your clients, or you just see it out there in the market in general. So I see it as a customer. I see it at clients sometimes. And what do I mean by, and I just see it in personal life activities. What do I mean by that? Well, process compliance would be being so focused on the steps and the next steps and the sequence and the checking and the validation and getting to the end of the process without regard for the outcome, versus mission compliance is going through the necessary processes and steps to generate that outcome that fulfills the mission. And I know it may sound really stupid or off, but I see it. And if you look forward to run across it, you'll see it. The only example I could come up with that was kind of generic enough to hit home the point was something a couple years ago with one of my daughters and a volleyball team she was on. She was young at the time. It was a young team, and they were in a match, and they were clearly losing to a team that they should have been much more competitive with. And everybody on the team knew it, and the girls were really getting their head and inside their head, and things were spiraling a bit out of control. Coach calls a timeout, and she tells the girls, right, hey, good message, right? You play like you practice, and we practiced well this week, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And she said, hey, girls, you got to talk out there because the ball kept hitting the floor, and nobody was going after it. So you got to talk. So immediately the team goes out, and they start talking. All six of them just start talking and saying stuff. Some of it was volleyball related, some of it wasn't, but it was chatter. And so to me, that was a good example of process compliance, right? They followed the steps that the coach wanted them to do without regard for the outcome, which was communication, right? Whereas mission compliance, they would have been talking about who's the setter, what hitter to watch, all that sort of fun stuff, and they didn't. So anyway, that's my example. I don't know if it's relevant. I'd be curious if you see that sort of stuff happening, at work or in your service delivery model. Thanks again.